I was supposed to be at the Monterey bike race with my wife and a few buddies. Long story short, I was the only one that could race. So since it wasn't just an adult's weekend away anymore, we turned it into a spontaneous family vacation to remember. The original plan, when it was just Sherry and I, was to simply take our pop-up camper. But when we decided to take the kids with us, we picked up the ProCamp van and headed to Medora, North Dakota for the big race. At 7 a.m., the 50-mile race began. I pulled the plug at mile 27 due to the heat and the fact I love my family. So off we went. The van allowed us to pull into a campground, take a shower, and quickly go to sleep. In the morning, we basically just unplugged the electricity and left. At the end of the day, we didn't have to go back and get a camper. All of our stuff was always with us. There was no backtracking. The next morning, we unplugged while the kids were still sleeping and headed further out west. We ended up in Billings, Montana, where we got to see Teddy Roosevelt National Park and spent the night at the world's first KOA, the nicest campground I have ever stayed in. The next day, we headed over to Yellowstone to see all the cool things Mother Nature provides. We played some mini golf, stuck our feet in the Yellowstone Lake, saw Old Faithful, and toured Canyon Village. The biggest benefit, it offered the kids plenty of room to move around and not be next to each other while we were driving. There wasn't any of the typical, "He's touching me," "She's looking at me." Having the counter and the cabinet storage was great. It helped not to feel like we were living out of our totes or our bags. The next morning, we grudgingly started our trek back home. We stopped at Mount Rushmore, which was our 7-year-old's pick. I hadn't seen Mount Rushmore since I was a kid. Yep, still a big rock. This vacation made the four of us excited for our next vacation together, and I can't see taking my pop-up camper on those vacations ever again. Thanks, Van Horn. Sincerely, the Schneider family.